Hey guys, this is Pikmin Toad121, and we're gonna start a new series today. First video of the new year, probably, is gonna be my iDevice collection. It could be iPads, iPods, iPhones, hey, even an iMac. I mean, it's in there. Video about that coming up soon. So, let's get started. Another thing about this collection is that I spent a total of $0 on all of this stuff. It was either given to me or other ways that I will soon disclose. But starting off the oldest things first, these iPod Classic 5th generations. When I got these, I got this one at the end of 2018, like a year and 3 months ago. And this one I got the very beginning of 2019. And how I got them is it's kind of a hobby of mine. There's this e-way spin at my friend's house, and that's where I found this. Someone threw it out. She has 3,000 songs on it. Yeah, it's a 30 gigabyte model in black. It's pretty cool. And this one I found at Best Buy. The battery lives on these are pretty bad. It's a 30 gigabyte model. It has 1827 songs on it, which is pretty cool. Yeah, but the battery life on this one's significantly worse than this one. But it's still pretty cool how I got these both for free, and they have over hundreds of dollars worth of music on them. And the condition, I was actually planning on doing a smashing video on this, so I threw it down the stairs, and then I plugged it in and it turned on. So, yeah. They both work, and they're both pretty good. They're not in great condition, but I might rip the songs from this one, put on this one, or something. I don't know what I'm going to do with these, because it's kind of awkward having two iPods that do the exact same thing. Anyway, moving on. Next, it's quite a considerable jump, 5 years, is my original iPad. Now, I got this for Christmas last year, and it's running iOS 5.1.1. It's not that exciting, as you can see, but I did name it Touch the O. And I plan on jailbreaking this, but more on that later. Anyway, that's my iPad 1st generation. It's just the standard Wi-Fi version. I kind of wish I got the cellular. It's a 16 gig model. It's not in great condition, but the battery life is really good. It's obviously been replaced. There's no way it would last, 3 months on standby? Anyway, on to the next one. Next up, we have my iPod Touch 4th generation. And as you can see, it's dead. But here's the thing about this one. It was actually my dad's before he gave it to me. And he dropped it, so he bought this cheap replacement LCD. And it doesn't respond to touch at all. You can't use it at all. So I'm gonna do a repair video on this sometime soon. It's an 8 gigabyte model running iOS 6.1.6. It's in a horrible condition. The camera also doesn't work, and the battery life is really bad. So I'm gonna do like a full restoration on this once I get the parts. Well, it costs like 25 bucks. But oh, now it's turning on. We'll wait for this to turn on. I'll get my next one. Next, we have my iPhone 4. It's also off. As you can see, the light is just really bad in this room. It's an iOS 6 Apple logo. But while that's turning on, I just want to show you. This does not respond to touch in any way. It still says it's December 31st for some reason. Oh, there it is. Anyway, that's it for this. Now that this is turned on, you can see that it is running iOS 6. And the freaking volume's off. Let's try that again. that delicious sound. It's running iOS 6.1.3 or 6.1.2. Wow, I thought it was running 0.3. Yeah, that's my iPhone 4. It's a 16 gigabyte model. And I just installed YouTube and Spotify. YouTube actually does work on it, unlike on the iPad. Update required. You have to update it, although you can't. On to the next one. Next is my iPhone 4S. Let's see if it can turn on. Oh yeah, the battery life is pretty terrible on this. And it boots up to iOS 8.4.1. I downgraded it because I downgraded to iOS 6 but updated it to iOS 8 because I want to keep all my old apps to do the speed test. As you can see, if you go to settings, it takes over. It takes pretty long, but not as long as iOS 9. Oh no. But it is running iOS 8.4.1. It's on Verizon, and it's a 32 gigabyte model. Oh yeah, speaking of where I got these, the iPhone 4 was another Christmas present from last year, but this I also found in my friend's e-waste bin, and it was not iCloud locked, which I'm very relieved about. But it is a 32 gigabyte model on iOS 8.4.1, Verizon, and overall performance is not that bad. It's not as bad as iOS 9, because it was on iOS 9. But anyway, on to the next one. Next is an iPad mini, first generation, cellular. See if it wants to. See, it's cellular. It's black and slate version, which is it's actually pretty good. Although the condition is really bad. As you can see, this side is not too bad, but there is a bend in the frame on that side, which is not good at all. And the screen is really cracked. But luckily the screen replacements aren't that bad. But here's the worst thing about it once it boots up. It is iCloud locked. Oh, let's turn it off. I also found this in my friend's e-waste bin, but I don't know whose it is. It's not his. As you can see, it is iCloud locked once it appears. Unless they unlocked it, which is probably not going to happen, but yeah, it's iCloud locked. I don't know who that is. I can't do anything about that. That's my iPad mini. Next, we have my old daily driver back in 2018. The iPhone 5C. There's my shiny Spinda. Anyway, turning it on. Sometimes it does this. It lags a bit because it's kind of warming up. Oh, of course. As you can see, the battery life is really bad. But as that's charging, I'll get the next one. Next, we have my old iPad. Oh, there it goes. The iPad Air, first generation. Now, this one also has a really bad battery life, so I probably will have to plug it in. The iPad Air was really, really good. And while that's putting out, we'll go back to the 5C. And yeah, I don't have enough storage on that. Oh yeah, it has a passcode on it because it's my data. And you could see that the screen is not a very good screen because it does have like purple or pink heat damage in it. And it is running it's a 16 gigabyte model, running 9.3.5. And it keeps on telling me to update to iOS 10, but I'm like, nope, don't want to do that. Oh, yeah, this phone's pretty cool. It was really good when I had it. Everyone I know who had one of these loved it. Oh yeah, I don't know why it's regarded as a failure. I don't know. Anyway, onto the iPad. It wants me to update, but I think I will at some point. This iPad was great. This was the family iPad back in 2013 when it first came out. That's when we got it. In fact, the photo history, I looked at it recently. It dates back all the way to 2013. That's how good this thing was. But because it was the family iPad, abuse took place and the battery life is horrible. It's running iOS 12.2, I think. It's a 16 gigabyte model on iOS 12.1.3. To copy the Wi-Fi address. No, sorry. But I'm covering these for privacy reasons. But yeah, this thing was great, except for the battery life. But I haven't been gutsy enough to replace it, so it's just going to be bad for the rest of its horrible life. And I do still use this. I loan it to my friend sometimes when we're doing something. But that's about it for this. Next is the newest rendition to my collection. I got it this past Christmas, and it's an iPhone 5S. Battery life is also pretty bad on this. See, it's space gray model. Its condition's actually not that bad. The only thing is a lot of scuffing near the charging port. But while that's booting up, I have another 5S to show you. And it's this. This is another 5S my grandmother gave to me. And it is a horrible condition. I did actually put this screen on it, and it does boot up with no passcode on iOS 10.3.2. But there's an iCloud account on it, so I have to get that removed. Anyway, on with the actual star of the show. Here's my shiny Clefable. Now, enter the password. And we're in. Flexing my shiny Corsola. Yeah, I do play Pokemon a lot. It's a problem. Anyway, we're gonna go look at it. And as you can see, it has my iCloud account in it. Bananamon. Because Bananamon. The light is horrible. The 32 gigabyte model on iOS 12.4.1. But that's my 5S. Next, we have an iPhone 6. This one isn't really that bad in terms of condition. The screen is cracked, but this is not the original screen on it. I put a different screen on it because the other one was really bad. You could barely see anything, and you could cut yourself. And the back is pretty good. I mean, there's a little scuff right here. And there's a lot of scuffing up at the top here. But the reason why it's not activated is because it's, again, iCloud locked. Which sucks. But what are you gonna do? It is free. Judging by the time it takes, it's iCloud locked. See? Next. That's my collection. Oh wait, we're gonna do a bonus iPhone. It's the iPhone 6S. Well, it's the iPhone 6S, but it is water damaged. It's in really, really good condition. The screen only has a few scuffs and a little chip up there, but that's it. Otherwise, it's in very good condition. Just wish it wasn't water damaged and it's probably iCloud locked, but I have no way of knowing that. So, that's it for this episode. And as for original boxes, I'll get them. So first is this iMac box, but that's not important. I have the original iPad box, which is pretty cool. Still running iOS 4 on there, and I did an unboxing of this last year. And I was doing my iPhone 4 too, but there's that. You already know that exists. The original iPad Air box for the iPad Air that I have. It looks actually pretty similar to the current generation iPad Air's box, which is basically the same thing, except it's only the side and you can't see any of the icons. Next is the iPhone 5C box, and I just put this on the outside just because it's supposed to go on the phone, just like an iPod Touch, but yeah. Also, I think we do have the iPod Touch's box somewhere in the house, but I can't find it. And then we have, obviously, my iPhone XR box, special. You saw this unboxing last year, if you were around then, or if you care. Anyway, that's going to be it, guys. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll hope to get more of these to you if I get more. Wonder what my first iPhone of the decade's going to be. See you all next time. Peace.